orchestral band for a wonderful prelude to our ceremony today. Good morning, Foley students, staff, and community members. I'm Principal Austin, the principal of Foley High School. Along with Mrs. Bureau, the principal of Foley Intermediate School, I have the honor and privilege of being one of your MCs this morning. At this time, I would ask that you rise as we welcome our honored guests to this morning's dinner.
Please remain standing as the colors are posted by the Holy American Legion and for the playing of the national anthem. Feel free to sing along with the national anthem performed by the Foley Wind Ensemble under the direction of Mr. Malachi.
This time, I'm going to call on Senior Warren Wilson. He's enlisted in the Minnesota National Guard, and he will share information with you about the history of Veterans Day. Thank you.
On the 11th hour of the 11th day, the 11th month of 1918, the armistice, or temporary stopping of hostilities, was declared between Allied nations and Germany in the First World War. Finally, what was then known as the Great War, or the war to end all wars, was over. In 1921, today's modern Veterans Day programs began at Arlington National Cemetery, including the burial of the body of an unknown American soldier, who was entombed in what is now known as the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. On the same day, in 1921, the bodies of the unknown soldiers were buried in London and Paris. The ceremonies on this day are meant to symbolize the dignity and the reverence for our American veterans. Armistice Day was officially recognized by Congress in 1926 and became a national holiday in 1938. In 1955, in honor of the more than 16 million who served in World War II, the nearly 6 million who served in the Korean War, and all others before, President Eisenhower signed a bill proclaiming Armistice Day, November 11th, to be now called Veterans Day. In 1968, Congress moved Veterans Day to the fourth Monday in October, but due to the significance of November 11th date, recognized the original Armistice Day. Congress formally changed it back to November 11th in 1978. Today, we honor and celebrate those people who gave up and continue to give up their security and comfort to ensure our freedoms here in the United States. Thank you.
Thank you, George. I call now upon Ms. Joy Martinson of the Foley High School Varsity Choir and Concert Choir to sing Armed Forces Pride of America, medley arranged by Clark and Gilby. Veterans and members of armed forces, during this selection, you'll hear the official song of your branch. We ask that you stand throughout the specific song so you may be recognized.
States Marines. United States Navy.
Until we meet once more.
Thank you to the choirs in this moment. It is my honor to call Lieutenant Colonel J. Hackett. Lieutenant Colonel Hackett enlisted in the Minnesota Army National Guard in 1989. He commissioned as an infantry officer in the Minnesota Military Academy in 1993. He has served as rifle platoon leader, scout platoon leader, detachment commander, company commander, battalion executive officer, and various staff positions across the state. He has conducted several state active duty missions, including flood control, the Jacob Brennan search, and civil disturbances in Minneapolis and St. Paul. He has deployed multiple times and has conducted training and operations in 11 different countries. He is the current commander and headquarters battalion of the 34th Infantry Division in Arvindale, Minnesota. Lieutenant Colonel Hackett is a graduate of the Minnesota Military Academy, the Infantry Officer Basic and Advanced Course, Tank Commander's Course, and Command and General Staff College. He is currently pursuing a Master's of Strategic Studies at the United States Army War College. He has a Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice Studies from St. Louis State University. He is a casualty insurance service manager for Western National Insurance Company in Medina, Minnesota. Jay lives in Foley, Minnesota with his wife Tanya, their children Charles, Audrey, and Lieutenant Colonel Hackett.
Good morning. First of all, I'd like to thank the school, the VFW, and you students for being here. It's not common across the state to conduct these events in the school, take time out of your school day. So I'd like to recognize the school for doing that. It's truly something unique, and I think it does my our community. So thank you. Members of the Foley School Board, teachers, students, family, friends, and fellow veterans, thank you for inviting me. I'm humbled to say a few words to you today to celebrate Veterans Day. It's a privilege to be with you and pay tribute to my brothers and sisters in arms, our nation's veterans who have worn the uniform of our armed forces. I knew the gentleman veteran in World War II, an Navy veteran. Every chance I had as a youngster, I would ask him to tell me a story. He told me about how he enlisted in the Navy and how the attack on Pearl Harbor had inspired him and many in small central Minnesota towns to join services. He told me of his journey away from home and how he was nervous but also excited. He was eager. He told me of his training, how he couldn't wait to get on with the war, to get on with it so that everyone could come home. He detailed his journey from home to Chicago, to San Francisco, through the Golden Gate Bridge, to Pearl Harbor, to the Marianas, to Midway, to Luzon, and the Philippine Sea. Places he never fathomed he would see, and places I didn't know really existed at that time. I remember hanging on every word, sometimes making him tell me again, see which way I do. I was always involved with the way that he would curve his ship ship as her or she. Were you scared, I asked. Oh, sure, yes. Well, what made you most scared? The typhoon, he said. Really? Said Halsey's typhoon. Since I'm here at school, I'm a teacher for a minute. Who can tell me what a typhoon is? Any earth science students here? Fill it up.
It's like a storm with like.
Okay, there's tsunami, storm, hurricanes, yes. Right, hurricane. It's a hurricane in the Pacific Ocean. The big bad storm. I have a said hurricane, so I'll catch up with you later. I'm seeing after I'm done. In December 1944, after leaving home, surviving kamikaze attacks, the Marianne turkey shoot, and having the bow of his destroyer blown off, the thing that scared me most was the typhoon. I hung on every word. How could a storm be worse than the enemy, be worse than being hit by a torpedo? Well, Naval Admiral William Halsey had ordered this week into the center of the typhoon unknowingly, based on weather reports that he didn't have faith in. The Navy had been trying to refuel and sustain a successful attack against the Japanese Imperial Navy in the Philippine Sea, on their way to Japan. They were on the attack. Normal procedures in this storm would have been to have the fleet, which consists of about 96 naval vessels and 1,100 aircraft, to disperse, break contact with the enemy, to seek shelter in open sea away from the storm. The Navy was close to the final defeat of the Japanese Navy, and all pressed on. And this week, all orders and held together through the storm. They fought the typhoon and not the enemy, I was told. Now, imagine being on a ship where the tip of the mast would hit the waves on either side as the ship pitched 70 degrees. Men, aircraft, equipment were being lost overboard. For 3 days, no one could eat. The galleys couldn't operate to cook food. For 3 days, no one could do anything but throw up and pray anyway. He was scared. Scared that he would die, drowned by this horrible storm on a ship so far from home. He was mad. Mad because he wouldn't get to see the war again. He was sad for his family who wouldn't see him again. But they had enough fuel, and fuel equaled hope. They had heard of 3 other destroyers that had already been lost in the storm. His ship's captain masterfully conserved fuel, which acted as ballast to help keep the tiny tin destroyer from capsizing the 90-foot waves being generated by 150-mile winds. This was a historic storm. They made it through, battered, but alive, and the U.S. would go on to defeat the Japanese. He made it home, raised a family, served his community, volunteered, led an inspiring and happy life. He probably wouldn't like me telling the story today. In fact, I later urged him to record the story and submit it to the Minnesota Historical Society. He repeatedly declined, saying he was just fine to tell me. But when he died, he told me that he didn't talk much about the war, but he told me, so I'm telling you. I was inspired to serve and experience the world, learn from challenges of people and places and things that serving in the military can offer. And I imagine all of you here today who have served felt that same inspiration at some point. If I would come prone to being seasick, I would have probably been a sailor. Instead, I grew up eating foxholes and carrying rucksacks and rifle. But inspired nonetheless, and that's what Veterans Day is all about. Veterans Day is not just another day on the calendar. It's a powerful reminder of the sacrifices made by those who have served our country. It's a day to pause, remember, honor our veterans and unwavering dedication and courage. It's a day to recognize that the freedoms we hold dear have been protected by the selflessness of those who have been inspired to stand up and say, I will serve. Each veteran's journey is unique, yet a common thread binds us all. We felt the weight of responsibility on our shoulders, stood firm in the face of adversity. We've known the camaraderie that comes from sharing challenges and triumphs with our brothers and sisters in arms. We've learned the true meaning of sacrifice, often leaving behind the comfort of home to face the unknown in lands far away. Today, I want to honor not just my fellow veterans who are here, but all veterans from the past, present, and the future. Our race spans generations, conflicts, and continents. We come from different walks of life, but shared bond that cannot be broken. The bond forged by service, shaped by our experiences, and bound by our dedication to this great nation. We carry with us the memories of the sacrifices we've made, the sleepless nights, and missed milestones, moments of fear and doubt. And we also carry the memories of our victories, the friendships formed, the lives saved, and the challenges overcome. These bitter and sweet memories have shaped us into the individuals we are today. History has provided us with the extraordinary examples of the selfless deeds of our veterans. They brought hope, faith, and liberty to millions of people around the world. The number of memorials raised, speeches delivered, does not begin to represent the true scope of service our veterans have provided. Today, let us remember those who did not return home from the battlefield. Their absence serves as a solemn reminder of the true cost of freedom. We honor their memory by living our lives in a way that upholds the values they fought to defend. Being a veteran is not just about the past, it's about the present and the future. Our duty does not end when we hang up our uniforms. It continues as we leverage our shared experiences to advance good and deserving efforts here at home. It continues as we lead our communities, our businesses, our organizations, with the valuable lessons we learned abroad. Lessons learned through international partnerships, cultural immersion, and a diverse workforce. It continues as we work to ensure our fellow veterans receive the support that they need. In a world that sometimes feels divided, our veterans set an example that is a powerful reminder of what unites us. We are Americans, bound by our shared history and our shared values, and our shared aspirations. Our commitment to service reminds us that when we work together, we can overcome any obstacle and achieve greatness. Our world continues to change. We never know what our nation may call upon us to handle a crisis or emergency. But some things will never change. Our military service members in all branches, including the 13,000 citizen soldiers and airmen in the Minnesota National Guard, will always be ready to answer the call. As Americans, we will always have men and women willing to serve our country. It is who we are, part of our core values. We will always be grateful and remember those who have served before us. General George Patton said, the highest obligation and privilege of citizenship is that of bearing arms for one's country. So on this Veterans Day, let us remember the sacrifices, the courage, and the dedication of all veterans. Let us honor them by living lives reflecting the ideals they fought for. Let us ask those veterans we know to share their experiences. And let us teach the next generation about the importance of service, sacrifice, and unity. I urge the students here today to think about what it means to serve. Not all can or will don a U.S. military uniform, and that's okay. But you can learn from those who have served, and learn from those who have shown you examples of that meaning of service. Find a way to serve your fellow citizens in your own meaningful way. To my fellow veterans, I stand with you in gratitude and pride. Your service has made a mark on our nation. And your legacy will inspire future generations. Thank you, not on just Veterans Day, but every day, for your sacrifice, courage, and unwavering dedication to our country. May we never forget the debt of gratitude we owe to you and to all that have served. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Jay Hackett. We are very fortunate that you're able to join us today, and thank you for sharing your wisdom with everyone. We'd like to offer you one more round of applause and gratitude for both your message and your service. At this time, we'd like to recognize the veterans on staff of Foley Public Schools. Please rise as your name is called. Mr. Dan Carlson. Mrs. Mahoney Foley. And Mr. Eric Fitzgerald. At this time, the Penn Street Singers are invited to come forward to sing Song for the Unsung Hero, arranged by Joseph Martin. Students, staff, veterans, and community, please join in as we all sing along with Georgian poems, Your Grand Old Play.
Foley Aviary Reese Miller will now be reading the history of taps. Following the reading, the Foley Women's Ensemble will perform a rendition of taps. This piece is called The Celebration of Taps by Jerry Reese.
Taps began as a revision to the signal for extinguished lights by God at the end of the day. The music for taps was adapted by Major General Daniel Garfield and his brigade, 3rd Brigade, 1st Division, 5th Army Corps, Army of the Potomac. In July 1862, during a 7-day battle with General Lee, taps was used today by the United States military. The people caused sounded at funerals, replaying, and memorial services.
Thank you, women ensemble, for the tremendous performance. Let's give all our musicians a round of applause. I now call the Foley American Legion Honor Guard to return to the front and ask everyone to stand. Please remain standing as our colors are retired. Once the colors are retired, you may be seated.
Veterans, members of the community, students, and staff, on behalf of Mr. Foss and myself, I want to thank all of you for your attendance today on this very important day. After the conclusion of the program, Foley High School students, please dismiss from the top down and return to the second period. Foley intermediate students, please follow the directions of your individual teachers. Veterans in the community, in just a moment, I'd like to take a few process out, just taking you in, and please consider joining in a short reception in the auditorium lobby. Students and staff, please join me now in honoring all those who have sacrificed to serve our country.